Hey everyone, welcome to Demiurge Studios. We are back for the April update. This is the community video where we try to answer questions or bring up and talk about topics that are very relevant and pertinent to the community. This month we have an awesome update that we are launching to Marvel Puzzle Quest, and we can't wait to get it in your hands. I brought with me a couple members of the design team. I guess I should introduce myself first. My name's Kabir, and this is...
I'm Casey. I'm a content designer on Marvel Puzzle Quest.
My name's Will. I'm the lead designer on Marvel Puzzle Quest.
So we're going to be talking about our Avengers vs. Ultron event that's kicking off. We have been basically spending the last couple months doing nothing but planning this. It's an awesome update to the game. We can't wait for you guys to check it out. We worked very closely with Marvel on pretty much every detail of this. We've sent them daily updates. We work with them very closely. Every pixel on that screen has been looked at to make sure it is up to Marvel's high standards.
Often repeatedly.
But we're super excited. So I'll let Casey talk to you guys a little bit about the event. I'm trying to think of anything else that I should mention. We are launching a lot of characters that are going to be very popular soon. Ones that we grew up with and absolutely love. They're going to make their in-game debut. We are over the moon. You'll know about Scarlet Witch by the time I think you see this video, and Quicksilver's been in your hands, but he's going to be getting a new costume, so look forward to that. We've got versions of the characters now that reflect the Age of Ultron universe and the Marvel Cinematic Universe coming into the game. So it's a whole fresh take on new characters that you don't normally get to see inside our Puzzle Quest universe, but it's super exciting.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm really pumped.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the event a little bit?
Yeah, this event is really exciting. It's something brand new. It's got so much new stuff in it that we have to tell you about it in a video. It's called Avengers vs. Ultron. It's inspired by Marvel's The Avengers, Age of Ultron, the movie that's coming out that I have tickets to already. Come here, you got your tickets like a month ago. We're really excited to be able to time something with this movie that everyone's going to see. This is also our first event in the game that is alliance-based. So what that means is instead of hopping into a leaderboard and competing against the world, you're going to be hopping into a leaderboard and competing with your alliance. So it's going to be you and your alliance members versus Ultron. We're really excited. So that's the first new thing. The second new thing is that Ultron is our first sort of what we've been calling in the office a boss battle. So what that means is that Ultron you go into Avengers vs. Ultron. Will's going to draw diagrams of the structure. It's very exciting. We don't usually have visual aids.
Yeah.
You're going to go into the Avengers vs. Ultron chapter, and there's going to be a giant mission pin with Ultron's terrifying face on it. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. And in that is an Ultron that has his health is represented by a score target in the chapter. And that's this big health bar up top. And your entire alliance, every time you play against this pin, is going to deal damage and shrink down Ultron's health. And what you want to do is, as a group of 20 players, reduce it to 0. Once you get Ultron's health down to 0, you'll get to unlock a fight against Ultron Prime, who's a meaner, badder, more capable, more unstoppable version of Ultron. And as your alliance progresses through these, we have 8 of these. So every time you beat Ultron and then Ultron Prime, you get to fight a harder version of Ultron. And the goal is to see how far you and your alliance can get to the end of this series of events. So that's sort of the core concept of it. There's a couple other new things. Previously, I'm sure if you're watching this, you're a member of the forums and you're like well aware how our points draining and cooldowns work and all that. This event has none of that. Instead, after you fight Ultron, win or lose, you'll score damage against his health target, and then the pin goes on cooldown for a while. So you can't make another attempt against Ultron for 8 hours. Unless around Ultron are going to be 5 essential character missions, each featuring a different member of the Marvel Cinematic Avengers. So this one might be Thor, this one might be Iron Man, this one might be Nick Fury, and you can use any version of Thor or Iron Man, or, well, we only have the one Nick Fury, to fight in these pins. Each of these features a game terminology versus what we call in the office is so hard. Each of these features waves of enemies, and these are all new Ultron Sentry enemies. And these guys do something different than other minions, where other minions place countdown tiles. These guys have just passives, and the way they work is when a new tile enters the board, if you're fighting against an Ultron Sentry, there's a chance that it could become an enemy protect tile, or an enemy strike tile, or an enemy attack tile. And so you have to really manage your cascades carefully and stay on top of all those tiles. Once you beat one of these missions, you get another shot at the big giant Ultron again before the timer goes out. So you can, in a single go-around, you can play this center pin 6 times. And that's a lot of points against that big health bar up top. If you've played all these and you've done this, then every 8 hours, real time, these replenish with new required character missions. So before, where this was Nick Fury, now you might need Captain America. Instead of Iron Man, now you might need Black Widow. There is, however, one character who's a key to success, and that's Quicksilver. We're going to really put a focus on Quicksilver for the event, and 2 of these pins every time you go into this chapter will be Quicksilver pins. So it's really exciting. It's a whole new way to play the game. The one thing I haven't gotten into is what makes Ultron different. Ultron Prime is sort of your standard villain. He's got 3 very powerful abilities, which you guys can read all about. But Ultron's a little different. The way Ultron works is he doesn't match tiles, and he doesn't have any active abilities. But every turn, 2 things happen. The bottom row of tiles blow up, and he creates a tile at the top that, when it reaches the bottom, deals a ton of damage. So in addition to leveling up your ability, charging up your abilities, you have to make sure one of Ultron's drop tiles don't reach the bottom. And as those tiles go away from the bottom row, it feels more and more inevitable, and it gets scarier and scarier.
Step by step by step.
So it's a lot more puzzly than we normally have in our game, and I think that's going to make it feel really different, keep you from tiring out from fighting Ultron. I'm very excited for people to get their hands on it. We played it in the office. Everyone in the office formed an alliance and played it together, and there was a great sense of cooperation and pressuring each other. Did you play yet? We gotta get this health down.
Round 4.
Yeah, it's really cool. So what is all this for?
One of the super cool things that I really liked from the playtest is that it brings out it made me use characters in totally different ways than I've used them before, and let me find new synergies that were neat this time that I might not have thought of before. Yeah,
just sort of like the Horde mode pins were old characters who maybe weren't as good. Like I know people on the forums undervalue Captain America. He gets so much better in Horde mode pins. There are a ton of characters that in this game mode get a lot cooler when they have this very specific puzzle to solve. Yeah. What this is all for is cool prizes, right? That's like the game's fun, but we want cool prizes. There are, like I said, there's no competition in this event, so there's no placement rewards. Instead, the prizes are in a couple places. They're in progression rewards, and every time you beat one of these or score against Ultron, it'll advance your progress rewards, as always. The other place is the mission rewards for Ultron Prime. Each of them is going to give you something a little special, and it's going to get better and better as you get closer to the end, with the last 3 pins just containing a Scarlet Witch cover each. Right. So if your alliance clears these and you can complete all 8, you'll have a Scarlet Witch with all 3 powers, which is very exciting. The other thing that we're going to be giving away a lot of is special Avengers vs. Ultron tokens, and Will can talk about those and what's in those.
Sure. If any of you have been around for, I don't know, I guess it's been about 6 months now, but we ran an anniversary event in October that lots of people loved, and we did some special comic packs then. That's how we gave away Devil Dino. And we're bringing back packs that are a lot like the anniversary packs for this special event. So you can pick them up in the comic store for a daily deal of 50 hero points apiece. And we're also giving them out all over the place in here. So sometimes you'll get them from being Ultron. You might get them in the Quicksilver pins here, and these and the mission reward for these first 5 battles against Ultron Prime have these prize tokens in them. And so that those tokens have they've got your best shot at getting Scarlet Witch, other than other than these 3 pins over here. They've got a good shot at getting Scarlet Witch, and they've also got some like big chunks of ISO 8, 10,000 ISO 8, or 2,900 hero points in them. So you can get characters from them as usual, but you can also get ISO 8 and hero points from them.
Yeah, it's really cool. There are a couple like kind of tricky things with this event that we want to make sure players are aware of. The big one is because this is limited to your alliance, the leaderboards are only 20 players big. There's got to be a more eloquent way to say it, but I'm going to stick with 20 players big. And that means if all 20 of your alliance members join the event, and then someone quits your alliance, joins your alliance, and then joins the event, then they might end up in a leaderboard all by themselves, which is not that much fun. So like make sure when you're playing that your alliance is like in it for the long haul. It's a 4.5 day event, so it's not that long of a haul, but any kind of trickery with alliance hopping and swapping is not going to be good for you.
So you actually end up on that leaderboard when you yourself join the event. So you don't have to like wait for your whole alliance to get there to start. But whatever alliance you join the event with is the one that you're going to be finishing it with.
Yeah, thank you, Will.
Yeah. I think I'll try to just clarify some of the stuff that you guys just said.
Cool. And ask questions if I skip over.
I think I just want to make sure that you guys understand that that point was probably the most important one I want to bring up to this. We put a lot of work in this event. It's awesome. It's super, super fun. We want to make sure you can totally take advantage of it and have a blast playing it. You have your alliance. You can alliance hop as much as you'd like, but that
before you join the event, like if you're like, oh, this alliance is Ultron's going to make quick work of them, I got to get out of here. Quit before you join the event. And when you click on the event, the game will explain this, and it'll prompt you, be like, are you sure you want to join the event? If that's the alliance you want to fight Ultron with, press join. Otherwise, like maybe find some harder working superheroes.
Yeah. You'll be within. You're in a 20-person leaderboard with all the people that will join it from within that alliance. So if you go alliance hopping afterwards, you won't be able to join their leaderboard. You will not be playing with them. Once you join the event with your alliance, you're in there, and we can't move you around. So if you run into any issues, contact support. I'd recommend doing that. Maybe able to help you out a little bit, but I would say the most important thing from this whole thing that I can give you is find 20 people or 19 people that you really, really like and get very comfortable with them for the next 5.5 days.
I would say the most important thing is how fun the event's going to be. So that's the event. Like, please ask us questions on the forums, on Twitter. We're happy to answer about it. This goes live on noon on the 23rd. We have no event offsets for this. 24th? Oh, excuse me.
Yep. You'll see the preview for it on the 23rd.
Yeah, you're going to see the preview for Avengers vs. Ultron round 1 of 8 on the 23rd. And from there, just have fun. It's going to be really good, I think.
I think that's the bulk of what we wanted to talk about. The shorthand way I describe it is we just launched an Alliance co-op feature, so you got something to do with your Alliance members for the bulk of the event. It's going to be an awesome boss battle with the biggest villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Ultron. So looking forward to you guys checking it out and listening to all the feedback for it. So thanks for joining us.
Have fun.
Bye.
Thanks for playing.